says they're going right. I'll just hear it. Yeah. No,
Please remain standing. Good morning and welcome. Please remain standing. As a reminder for anyone who's wearing a hat indoors, please remove it. As Pelham Post 50 American Legion presents the colors of our nation and state. Post, present the colors. Please join me for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Now, please welcome Isabella Rosado, who will be singing our national anthem.
Thank you, Isabella. Post, please retire the colors. You may be seated. Students, teachers, families, loved ones, friends, it's with great joy that I welcome you to the Pelham Memorial High School Class of 2023 Commencement Ceremony. I'd like to begin by thanking Mr. Andrew Ambakoff, the PMHS Band, and Isabel Rosado for their dynamic performances. Thank you. Thank you to the Pelham Public Schools Board of Education, Dr. Champ, the Department of Facilities, for your help in providing this beautiful graduation ceremony. And thank you to the PMHS PTA for these lovely flowers. Extraordinary thanks are due to every teacher, administrator, and faculty member of Pelham Memorial High School and the Pelham Public Schools. Your dedication to our students has allowed us to reach this day. And parents, families, loved ones, of course, this is your day of celebration too. Our class of 2023 would not have reached this moment without your love, support, and guidance. Joining us today are friends and family who are themselves graduates of Pelham Memorial High School.
We are so happy that you are here. Will all former PMHS senior class members please stand up to be acknowledged? Look at that. And now to our class of 2023. Your intellectual achievement and commitment to service have inspired us. Your artistic and musical creativity have stirred our souls, and your athletic prowess will forever be remembered. You have truly embodied our Pelham Memorial High School ethos of excellence, inspired by tradition, empowered through community. Seated among the class of 2023 are 5 National Merit Scholarship finalists and 5 National Merit Commended Scholars. 3 of our students were named top 300 scholars in a nationwide competition, the Regeneron Science Talent Search, the nation's oldest and most prestigious science and math competition for high school seniors. 2 of our seniors and a 3rd student qualified to represent our school and our region at the Regeneron International Science and Engineering Fair in Dallas, Texas. And the 2023 Pelican was named Best of the Best High School Yearbooks by Herf Jones. Also featured in the class of 2023 are award-winning actors and visual artists, all-state choral members, 2 all-state athletes, and 3 academic All-Americans. Several members of the class of 2023 will be competing for their college or university in sports such as football, lacrosse, rowing, rugby, softball, and volleyball. In the fall, members of the class of 2023 will be attending colleges and universities across the United States. Several will be attending colleges or universities outside of our country in locations such as Durham, England, and St. Andrews, Scotland. And 1 exchange student will be returning home to Italy. We've been so glad to have her here with us in Pelham. 2 students will demonstrate their commitment to the leadership and public service by joining the United States Armed Forces. 1 will be headed to the Marines, the other will be attending the United States Military Academy at West Point. Will these Armed Forces bound seniors please stand to be recognized? Please join me in thanking them for their commitment. Yes. Thank you for joining me as we commend these students for their commitment to duty, honor, and country. Last month, I heard an amazing story of family and courage. Perhaps you heard it too. In May, 93-year-old Joy Ryan set a world record. Over the past 8 years, she and her 42-year-old grandson have visited every United States national park. That's 63 national parks, including the National Park of American Samoa. When they started, she was an 85-year-old who had never seen the ocean with her eyes or set foot on a mountain. And reflecting on her experience going down Class 3 whitewater rapids in Alaska at age 91, she stated, "It was great. You just have to hang on, that's all." When hiking among the soaring redwoods of California, she observed, of these trees, some of these giants have been struck by lightning. And you think, that takes courage after you've been struck by lightning? To keep on growing? Students, in the next few years, there may be times when metaphorically you feel like you too are riding Class 3 rapids, or that you've been struck by lightning. We hope that you'll call upon the wisdom generated through your journey here at Pelham Memorial High School to keep hanging on and to keep growing yourselves. And perhaps most importantly for all of us is to remind ourselves that whether in a national park or right here in Pelham, the journey of this grandmother and grandson was successful because they embarked on it together. And their journeys guide us to remember that every moment, but particularly moments such as these, they're happening. They're happening now. And the time we spend with our loved ones, our friends, our teachers, our coaches, our mentors, this is the connective tissue, the moments that will nurture and sustain us through love and memory for the rest of our lives. Class of 2023, we are so proud of you. On behalf of your teachers, on behalf of the faculty and administration of Pelham Memorial High School, we wish you continued success and much happiness in the days and years ahead. Congratulations. I'd now like to introduce Victor Cheng, who will be reading his speech, Do It For Yourself.
Invasion of the Body Snatchers is a film that really scared my pants off when I first watched it. Granted, I don't know what third grade me was expecting from a film whose slogan is, "Watch out, they get you while you're sleeping." Also, if you're wondering how a niche sci-fi horror film from the 70s relates in any way, shape, or form to your graduation, just bear with me here. Invasion of the Body Snatchers starts off with a bunch of alien ochre pods landing in a small California suburb. And the pods then quickly mind control the inhabitants of the town while they're sleeping. In the literal sense, we teens are immune to getting body snatched. They can't get us while we're sleeping if we hardly sleep anyway. But metaphorically speaking, we already have, to varying degrees, been body snatched, having our true desires and passions subsumed by societal pressure. And that pressure isn't going to end anytime soon, because many of us are headed into highly competitive and, dare I say, cutthroat college environments where the pressure to succeed can feel claustrophobic. Now, I'm not saying to completely cut yourself off from society Kerouac style and live like Yoda in the swamps of Dagobah. That's not my point here. I think there is a very compelling case for the average 9-to-5 lifestyle if it means that you can live in a house and take showers every day. But what I have to say is this. Whatever it is you choose to do with your life, do it for yourself. A concept that's thrown around a lot is the idea that there are different types of motivation. And actually, according to a 2003 study by Princeton University, there are actually two types of motivation. There's intrinsic motivation, and then there's extrinsic motivation. Intrinsic motivation comes from within ourselves. For example, joining the band because it gives you joy to play Pomp and Circumstance for 30 minutes in a middle school gym. Or learning how to integrate trigonometric functions because it makes you feel warm and fuzzy inside. Extrinsic motivators come from the external world. For example, joining the band because it'll look so cool on your Common App. By the way, I heard Harvard needs tuba players. Oh, well, I guess that's next year. Or learning how to integrate trigonometric functions because the midterm, it's tomorrow, and I still don't understand any of this. Based on a true story. Too much of our teenage lives have been governed by these extrinsic motivators. But it doesn't have to be that way now, because for the first time in our lives, we'll be truly independent. We'll have the agency to determine for ourselves what we want to do with our lives. Now, this is where the body snatcher metaphor starts to break down, since in the movie, there's no possibility of redemption. Once your body's snatched by the evil okras, they got you, no escape, give up. But I doubt anyone would want me to give a graduation speech where I tell you to bow before your vegetable overlord, so I'm going to shelve that for now. I know for a fact that every single one of you has something that you're passionate about. I know this because many of my friends, for example, in the science research program here at PMHS, truly love what they do, and it shows. As someone going into the humanities who won't touch a biology textbook with a 10-foot pole if I can help it, seeing some of you guys become downright giddy at looking at hermaphroditic worms under a microscope for hours at a time really shows this level of dedication and passion that you have for this field. So I'd like to give a general shout out to the science research program as a whole for fostering this sense of passion. That passion, that intrinsic motivation is what we all must embrace in the coming years. Take courses that fascinate you. Do the things you've always wanted to do, preferably within the confines of the law. And remember that each of us, simply by virtue of being human, has intrinsic worth. You all have so many intangible qualities that simply can't be reduced to a resume or a LinkedIn bio. And sure, inevitably many of us will stumble in our paths to pursuing our passions, but that doesn't make us any less human. In fact, it makes us that much more impressive because we refused to let our dreams and passions be snatched away from us. If you could only take away two things from this fever dream of a speech, let them be this. One, watch Invasion of the Body Snatchers. If you couldn't tell, I love that movie. And the second, hold on to your dreams for dear life, and don't let anyone try to snatch them away from you. Don't let the alien ocropods win. Thank you.
Thank you, Victor. I'd now like to introduce Leah Sherbansky, who will be reading her speech, Dressing for Success.
Good morning, everyone. Now that we're here, I'd like us all to take a moment to think about our outfits. The cap and gowns we're wearing, the suits, the dresses, all so very coordinated and thought out. For the most part, many of us have been planning to wear these outfits for weeks, and then there are some of us who rolled out of bed as if it were any other school day and threw on whatever was most convenient, knowing it would be hidden under a cap and gown. Whether you're one or the other, or somewhere in between, we are all signing out wearing blue, white, and yellow. Today, we all blend in uniform. But for me, that's the opposite of what my 4 years of high school have looked like. Throughout 4 years of high school, I never found complete consistency in my day-to-day life. Even sitting down in my room to write this speech shortly before the first due date, as usual, I never knew how long I'd stay up at night pondering an unfinished task before checking it off. Unpredictability is always predicted. I'd like to share a secret with you. Glancing around my room, filled with theater, research, and forensic speech paraphernalia, I found one task completed on time before any of my other assignments. My upcoming outfit. Snow or sunshine, each night before going to sleep, I picked out an outfit for the following day. It's nothing spectacular, but a t-shirt and jeans. This small yet attentive task has been going on since the start of high school, so at this point, it's second nature. Though seemingly dull, accomplishing that one item before going to sleep each night steered me throughout high school. I had one less task to do before zero period, and this gave me a sense of achievement before even arriving to school. In my mind, it signaled some sort of accomplishment cascade. We see cascades all the time in nature. I learned this year in my AP biology class that significant functions can begin with a tiny signal and a short burst of energy. This triggers an entire pathway with a specific end goal. While we are here to celebrate the momentous, I also want to celebrate the small efforts. Those outfits I've laid out, even throughout the pandemic, helped me take on the most ambitious of assignments. Simply having my clothes ready is something I celebrate because it allows me to make room for the greater and greater tasks. It's an action that ties together the good days, the bad days, and the meh. Let these tiny and seemingly insignificant moments spark your accomplishment cascade, bringing you closer and closer to an even larger task. But what if one outfit isn't enough? Sometimes we need Broadway-style quick changes. I'll always remember that day in junior year when I had just finished presenting in a suit at a science fair, and then promptly changed into my Edna costume for Bright Star on stage, and then back into a suit for a forensic speech tournament. It seems seamless, but behind every quick change is a dozen of Pelham students and teachers who encourage me to be a researcher, actress, public speaker, all in one day. We all start off with a little help choosing our outfits. Soon, we take a step forward and go through emo or neon highlighter phases. Some phases disappear, some are here to stay, but in the end, we all leave our own stylistic footprint. My PMHS experience is embodied by the creative inspirations I've received, support webs I've fallen on, and the baby steps I've taken to achieve the unpredictable. Today, these gowns we wear are not simply phases, but the culmination of countless efforts and struggles that we've encountered. There's a sign in my house with a Lao Tzu quote that reads, "The journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single step." I never fully related to this quote, given I don't intend on walking 1,000 miles anywhere ever, but in a month, I do plan on traveling roughly 1,000 miles to begin college. Maybe your 1,000-mile journey actually starts with 1,000,000 outfits. Baby shoes and trainer pants, jeans and cheer uniforms, suits and prom dresses, and soon enough we'll be trading in these caps and gowns for the next wardrobe change. Whatever you end up wearing, that single step you choose to take should be something small, like picking out an outfit, or walking your dog, or giving yourself a daily pep talk in the mirror. It's ironic that we're all trying to look like one another today in our caps and gowns, when in reality, neither our identities nor our experiences have been the same. Perhaps our 1,000-mile journey will not be defined by the outfits we wear, but by the people we meet and the stumbles we take. Each stumble will advance our journey far beyond the 4 years here at Pelham Memorial High School. Until then, though, let us start with a small step each day. As we embark on our journey beyond these halls, let us remember that it is through the seemingly small steps that we develop the resilience and confidence to conquer the grandest of challenges that lie ahead. I hope you all find time today to celebrate the little things that got you here and those that keep you moving forward. Thank you, and congratulations to the class of 23.
Thank you so much, Leah. I'd now like to introduce Class of 2023 President Tommy Cole, who will be reading his speech, Creating Community in a Complicated World. Welcome, Tommy.
Good morning, faculty, administrators, family members, friends, and classmates, and congratulations to the class of 2023. I'm proud to stand before a class of champions in every sense of the word. National Merit finalists, state hockey champions, Roger Rees Theater Award nominees, Regeneron ISEF qualifiers, nationally recognized local journalists, and much, much more. No two accomplishments are the same. It's the diversity of our achievement that makes our collective success so outstanding. Recently, like most of my peers, I've been reflecting on my time in high school. I look back at the experiences I've been a part of, the lessons I've learned, and the relationships I've formed. From the Socratic discussions in English, the first football game of the season, the labs in biology, silly walk practice, and so much more, all of the memories that immediately come to mind are centered around and can be traced back to one thing: community. The pride that's evoked in all of your hearts at the mention of all the awards and achievements of our class doesn't necessarily come from your role in the specific achievement. It's derived from your place in this special community and the collective pride I think we all feel from it. The need for community is primal. It is as much a part of our humanity as the need for food and water. In the next chapters of our lives, we will be embarking on new quests, facing new challenges. We will be thrust out of this community, one that has supported us and that we have gotten to know and love. We will scatter and disperse throughout the world, we'll scatter and disperse throughout the nation and perhaps even the entire world. It goes without saying that new friendships will be made, curiosities explored, new interests formed, and soon enough, you and I will find that we are sowing the fabric of new communities, contributing in our own unique ways. I hope that we're all consciously aware of this process as it's occurring, investing in ourselves and those around us, and thus improving the world. I can say now, or really in a few minutes, as a graduate of PMHS, through both successes and failures, here inside and outside the classroom, I've learned multitudes about myself, my weaknesses, my strengths, and most importantly, with the help of friends, families, teachers, and administrators, I've started to hone the skills that I'll bring from one community to another in the coming years. During my time in high school, I heavily favored the humanities over STEM. No offense to any science or math teachers here today. I found that my greatest academic strengths were able to shine when I was tasked with writing a research paper, analyzing Shakespearean plays, or studying a unit on the Renaissance. Looking back, it's abundantly clear to me that my most flaring passions and valuable skills lie in these subjects. Our duty as humans is not to keep these interests and strengths to ourselves, but to share them in an effort to better the communities to which we belong. As I said before, this community that we've cultivated together over the past 4 years is one of champions in every domain. Our skills are multifaceted. I have no doubts that you all will contribute greatly to the communities you join and help construct in the coming years. And the world needs us. Today, it's undeniable that our greater global community faces many problems. To solve them, it will take a diverse range of scholars, planners, and thinkers with various fortes and skill sets. But as I look beside me to my peers and think about all that you and I have accomplished in these 4 years, I'm encouraged. Let's all invest in ourselves and in one another so we can build a kinder, healthier, less polarized, and more connected world. To the class of 2023, it's been an honor to serve as your president for 4 years, and once again, congratulations.
Thank you once again, Tommy. I would now like to introduce Anne Marie Garcia, President of the Pelham Council of the PTAs, who who will be presenting the W.W. Fairclough Scholarship.
The Fairclough Scholarship was established in memory of W.W. Fairclough, principal of Pelham Memorial High School from 1923 through 1945, and superintendent of schools from 1945 to 1955. Each year, it is given by the Pelham Council of the PTAs to the top 3 academic achievers in the graduating class. This year, it is our pleasure to present the award for 3rd place to Jonah Sherbansky. And 2nd place, Ava Knickerbocker. And for 1st place, Emma Von Prague.
Thank you, Anne-Marie. I would now like to introduce Dr. Cheryl H. Champ, Superintendent of Schools, for remarks, followed by the presentation of the Memorial Tablet Awards.
Thank you, Principal Berkowitz. I am always humbled and intimidated to follow our student speakers. They are just amazing. So congratulations to them, and thank you to them for their wisdom and inspiration this morning. So good morning, friends, family, faculty, staff, members of the Board of Education, and most importantly, the distinguished Pelham Memorial High School class of 2023. I am honored to be here today to congratulate you and to share a few brief comments on this momentous day for the most esteemed group of graduates. Each year, I watch and wait for inspiration to strike for my graduation remarks. As anyone here who has written a personal essay or speech, beautiful speeches as we've heard already this morning, we all know inspiration can be a tricky thing to come by. Where does it come from? A song, a book, perhaps a poem, a memory, or a life experience. Well, this year, my spark came watching, of all things, NBA coverage on ESPN. I know that probably surprises you. Flipping through the channels one night, I caught NBA analyst Jalen Rose speaking during a segment of NBA Countdown. He was commenting on a player who was going through personal turmoil, and Rose shared a message, a simple statement that I found to be profound and challenging as I considered its meaning. He said, "People come into your life for 4 reasons: to add, subtract, multiply, or divide. You have to choose wisely." Add, subtract, multiply, and divide. Mathematical functions drilled into all of us during our elementary school years. And after hearing this statement, I found myself reflecting on the people in my life and how those simple mathematical functions applied to them. But deeper than that, I also thought about what kind of person am I to others? These terms are not necessarily value-laden. Theoretically, each can have a positive or a negative product or result. While I recognize that, I choose, for purposes of today, to view them at face value and think about the lessons this analogy was meant to convey. People can add to our lives in so many rich ways, by getting to know us, loving us, encouraging and challenging us, and helping us to become a better version of ourselves. They bring diversity of perspective and experience to broaden our world. They may mirror our beliefs and values back to us in reinforcing ways, and they may also give us windows into a whole new perspective and experiences that challenge our assumptions and make our lives richer. In doing so, their value is additive. We are enhanced by what they contribute. Author Hal Elrod said, "When you live your life in alignment with a purpose that is centered on selflessly adding value for others, opportunities become abundant and your life becomes fulfilled." The people who have added to my life are my family and friends, many teachers, coaches, mentors, and colleagues who have shared their lives with me, both the good and the bad, and supported my dreams along the way. It has been said that a friend sticks closer than a brother, or a sister, I would add. I had sisters. Who has added to your life? How are you adding to theirs? An unfortunate truth is that there are also people who subtract from our lives. Those who purposefully or not take away some element of ourselves. Perhaps some of these people tear you down. Perhaps they are not interested in truly listening or getting to know who you are and what you're about, but instead come with preformed assumptions and prejudices and can make you feel less than. Perhaps as you enter a broader world, you will find that some pruning is needed, and the adage of addition by subtracting may hold true. Or maybe there are people in our lives who help us guard against our inevitable flaws. Perhaps by subtraction, they help keep us in check, and their effect is actually additive. Our lives of systems of relationships, as you venture out into the larger world, take time to ask yourself, are you adding or subtracting for someone else? A.C. Benson said, "People who deal with life generously and large-heartedly go on multiplying relationships to the end." People who live life with this kind of generosity and heart help us to see who we can aspire to be and then support our growth and development as we take those next steps to make that aspiration a reality. Having been blessed by them, we can then pay it forward and do the same for others. The cycle means that we can be the catalyst to help lead others toward a better future. They help us to see new possibilities that we never dreamed of and stand by us as we reach for the stars. Who are those amazing people that are multiplying blessings in our lives? Likely, these may be some of those same friends and family and mentors who see something in us that we don't see in ourselves and provide the opportunity and encouragement to take big steps and follow our dreams to new places we never imagined. Many of those people are probably in the room today. So how do we factor into others' lives? How do we help them to see their value and spur them to aspire to even greater heights? Whose life are we generously and large-heartedly pouring our lives into? Well, it's not breaking news to tell you that we live in a divisive times as well. While it's easy to look at division in a big picture sort of way, it's harder to look at the people in our lives who divide us. Division can have a devastating effect, causing separations in our relationships, divisions in our communities, and drive a wedge between us in ways that cause us to forget common decency, basic civility, and respect. But how do we turn this division around and create unity instead? John J. Tierney reminds us that whereas division implies separation, diversity implies variety within a whole. One of the best qualities of Pelham, and we've heard about it today from our students, is the diversity of our school and our community. This student body has demonstrated that diversity truly is a strength and is a proud part of who we are as a whole. So as you move into the broader world beyond Pelham, my hope is that you continue to cherish and celebrate the differences in the people who come into your life and see those differences as gifts that broaden your horizon, not seeing them as divisive or othering. When I think of the motto of our country, E pluribus unum, out of many one, I believe the more diverse that many, the stronger the one will be. Now that you're at the final milestone of your high school career, much about life will change. The change can be exciting, yet frightening at the same time. As you move into the next weeks, months, and years, you're going to meet a lot of new people, form new relationships, and be exposed to people from all different backgrounds and experiences. As you do, I encourage you to reflect on this principle about people who add, subtract, multiply, and divide. Ask yourself tough questions about not only who in your life falls into those categories and what you need to do about that, but also reflect on who you are to others and what you bring into their lives and what else you can do about that as well. Every day provides a new opportunity for a fresh start. As Howard Zinn reminds us, small acts, when multiplied by millions of people, can transform the world. By investing others, you have the ability to add, multiply, and act exponentially to change the world. Class of 2023, for the past 6 years since you were in 7th grade, which is arguably one of the most awkward times of life, I have had the pleasure of watching you blossom and grow. You have excelled and demonstrated excellence at assemblies, community project presentations, honor society inductions, award ceremonies, concerts, plays, athletic competitions, science research symposia, the Olympics, the Battle of the Bands, classes both remotely and in person, and throughout the halls of Pelham Memorial High School. Despite your high school experience beginning with a major disruption of a global pandemic, you've developed grit, found a way to restore time-honored traditions, build new ones, and strengthen the esprit de corps that has always been the hallmark of Pelham Memorial High School classes for generations. Each of you is gifted, talented, and unique, and leaves today a successful graduate and ambassador of Pelham Memorial High School. As you go forth from these hallowed halls onto the next stage of life, it is my sincere hope that you honor here the ideals for which they fought, as inscribed above the stage in the auditorium of this beautiful memorial building. Ideals of scholarship and service, and that you cherish fondly the relationships that you made with staff and students during your time here, and that you add to the firm foundation that has been laid during your time in Pelham to multiply your impact and truly change the world for better. Thank you. Best wishes to the class of 2023, and remember to look for inspiration at every turn. Thank you. And now I have the honor of awarding the Memorial Tablets. The Memorial Tablet Award was established in 1925 and is the most prestigious honor given to 2 students in the senior class. It is voted on by the Pelham Memorial High School faculty. These 2 students are recognized as having attained the highest mental, moral, physical, academic achievements during their high school years. Tablet number 1. Over 4 years of high school, this student has distinguished himself through his commitment to learning and to others. An award-winning orator, a multi-sport team player, a distinguished scholar and musician, he has excelled across the arts, sciences, and fields of competition. His commitment to service is evident through his role as co-president of the Habitat for Humanity Club, vice president of the Jewish Culture Club, and as an integral member of the math team and medical careers club. He co-founded the Pelham Memorial High School Quiz Bowl team and has a thirst for knowledge. His classical piano playing can be heard whenever there is an opportunity to serve as an accompanist for the chorus or during an induction ceremony. In his 10th and 11th grade years, he was a qualifier for the New York State Forensics League Championship. And as a student within the Science Research Program, he received the Innovations in Biological Science Award at Westchester Engineering and Science Fair. A 3-sport athlete participating in cross-country, winter track, and tennis, his ability to overcome setbacks and persevere through tough times was always on display. This student epitomizes a for the love of what you do mindset. It is my honor to announce that this year's first Memorial Tablet recipient is Jonah Sherbansky. And tablet number 2. For over 4 years of high school, this student has distinguished herself through her dedication, leadership, and outstanding achievement. A 4-year member of the Pelham Memorial High School Chorus and Orchestra, she is a Level 5 violinist, the highest level awarded by the New York State School Music Association. During the Pelham Memorial High School Spring Orchestra Concert, she received the honor of serving as concertmaster, with responsibilities of tuning the orchestra, leading her section, and performing solos embedded in the music. A dedicated member of the PMHS Student Association for the past 3 years, she has been elected by her peers to serve as one of 2 student representatives to the Pelham Memorial High School Site-Based Council. In this role, she has joined teachers, faculty, parents, and school administrators, actively participating in monthly meetings and interviewing numerous candidates for hire. Always thoughtful in her responses, when she speaks, everyone listens. As a captain of the cross-country team, she led by example and strove to make everyone better by doing the extra things that are hard to quantify, but add up to a significant improvement. Her sense of seriousness and joy for the process are infectious. And within the science research program, this National Merit Scholarship finalist was named a Regeneron Science Talent Search Top 300 Scholar, a JSHS Regional Finalist, a representative of both Pelham Memorial High School and our region at the Regeneron International Science and Engineering Fair in Dallas, Texas. Through it all, she stands out for her spirit, talent, altruism, and humble attitude. It is my honor to announce this year's second Memorial Tablet recipient is Emma Von Prague.
Thank you, Dr. Champ. I'd now like to invite Class of 2023 Faculty Advisor, Mr. Joe DeBello, and Assistant Principal, Dr. Carrie K. Titone, for the presentation of diplomas. A moment of housekeeping before we begin. Some of you are familiar with this. When we announce the students' names, we're going to clap once. Let's practice as I say student's name, you clap once. Ready? Student's name. Nailed it. Great job. In addition, just for formality, at 3 points in this ceremony, we will pause as diplomas will be presented by a current Board of Education trustee and also at another moment for a former Board of Education trustee to present the diplomas.
Thomas Cole. Michael Sample. Christina Stefanese. Leela Brady. Kirsten Abinyaga. Dylan Augusta. Carolyn Albright. Abdullah Al-Fali. Caitlin Almazan. Alexander Almgren. Rachel Anderson. Tyler Aeneas. Riley Appman. Eli Bachet. Ethan Barr. Alice Barrera. Shreyas Bazavatia. Mason Baxter. Destiny Nazareth Benitez. Aiden Bent. Frida Barisha. Christopher Blanc, Lauren Blanc, Mary Kate Boldriev, Fiore Boschetti, Catherine Brandler, Catherine Britone, and her diploma will be awarded by her aunt, Board of Education trustee Sue Britone Childs. She will also be awarding the diploma for Scarlett Britone. Larissa Breskin, Natalie Brown, Cooper Winburn, Liam Bruckner, John Cahill, Serrani Campo, Giovanni Carrion Silva, Isabella Caruso, Samuel Cassis, Victor Chang, Jaylee Chico, Aiden Clement, Grace Culkin, Brendan Collins, Sean Condon, Casey Kreutz, Emma Karate, Matthew Cruz, Gavin Cuomo, Owen Cuomo, Tobias Diamore, Catherine D'Angelo, Angus Deeney, Henry Denner, Mateo Dennison, John DeVivo, Grace Dunhill, Edward Dunn, Kate Ely, Alex Esteverena, Alexandra Fair, Victoria Fair, Oliver Fanuele, Madeline Finster, Alexis Flippin, Ash Flippin, Casey Fradkin, Christopher Franchini, Danny Franco, Tobias Fry, Daniel Gallivan, Kelly Gallivan, Anna Gambone, Patrick Gardner, Adam Garforth, Catherine Gilchrist, Jack Golden, Allison Goldman, Antonio Golfo, Nija Gonzalez-Breen, Charles Godfrey, Will Godfrey, John Gould, Luke Green, Camara Griffith Jarvis, Julia Gunster, Eli Herbert, Annabelle Hochberg, Bruno Hochberg, Claudia Ho, Christian Holiba, Colby Hopper, Christina Jaimes, Aoife Jeffries, Alessio Johnson, Theodore Johnson III, Bailey Katz, Eliana Kaufman, Vincent Keating, Gavin Kleinberger, Ava Knickerbocker, Nikola Kubrovic, Max Kuhlwein, Ella Kurtaj, Abigail Lal, Keneal LaRoche, Audrey Leung, Audrey Levinson. This next diploma will be awarded by his father, former Board of Education trustee, Mr. Peter Liaskos. Luke Liaskos. Juliana Liegi, Grant Lover, Dorentina Lutz-Junai, Lily McGuire, Miles Mayberger. Jack Mallinson, Matthew Martinez, Jeremy Matias Vasquez, Aiden McCafferty, Lolia McCormick, Anna McGrory, Reese McLean, Clytel Mena, Timothy Meyer, Julia Meyerson, Daniel Mitron, Henry Motorelli, Fatima Rima Mohammed Rizwan, Christian Montano, Adriana Montigudo, Michael Montiel, Brianna Mori, Natasha Nagba, Natalie Nakayama, Brian Endoka, Vincent Nee, Emma Nordstrom, Ariana North, Kevin O'Buck, Daniel O'Keefe, Lucian Opadisano, Angelo Ortiz, Claire Pachuta, Ava Grace Palucci, Ariane Palinkovich, Gianmarco Peralta, Regan Perez, Landon Popovic, Olivia Powell, Alexander Prentice, Nicholas Prentice, Alexandra Prisco, Catherine Prisco, Amina Pucci, Kezia Ranger, Julian Raspberry, Luke Ravitz, Callum Reen, Tiana Richardson, Lauren Rocco, Rudy Rocco, Nicholas Roman, Christopher Romano, Isabella Rosato, Tessa Ross, John Michael Solera, Adina Sasson, Nicholas Scampoli, Charles Shellhammer, Madison Scott, Jaya Sitaran, Caitlin Shee, Julia Sheldia, Robbie Shepard, Jonah Sherbansky, Leah Sherbansky, Maria Shuthai, Ellie Soderberg, Elijah Stein, Quincy Stern, Pierce Stewart Gale, Thomas Sweeney, S. Toponia, Peter Tarsnane, Daniel Teleshevsky, Riley Teller, Wayne Ting, Owen Tolan, Isabella Tomic, Johnny Torres, Elisa Severus, Ian Urquhart, Courtney Valente, Emma Van Prague, James Vasilati, Brooke Vasquez, Riley Velez, Peter Viento, Olivia Vickman, Diana Vilches, Justin Villa, Ava Vitale, Samuel Wallach, Madeline Walsh, Andy Wang, Cindy Wang, Tyler Wanuga, Lydia Whalen, Nadine Whalen, Adam Wolf, Catherine Woodward, Ariba Zephi, Annabelle Zuzan, Elizabeth Zuzan.
Yes, you may stand and give us a round of applause. Graduates, I have something very important to say to you. By the authority granted me by the State of New York Board of Regents and by the Pelham Board of Education and through the Pelham Union Free School District, I hereby officially proclaim the preceding members of the class of 2023 to now be graduated. We are going to allow the graduates to process out. The music going? Oh my gosh, the music will be in the lobby. Thanks.
This man is great.
Thank you. Thank you.
There will be music in the lobby. You are welcome to recess. Thank you, parents, and enjoy today's celebration.